Hello everyone, my name is Tenula. Welcome back to Tenula Covers. Today we will be talking about the masterpiece that is Brat, released in 2024 by the world-renowned artist Charli XCX. Brat might just be the essence of girlhood, to be honest. I know I'm a boy talking about this, but bear with me, I have some points to prove. The album offers honest and scathing tracks such as Sympathy is a Knife and songs like Girls So Confusing, which offer truthful dissections into feminine relationships. On the other hand, the album also explores production-heavy sounds, offering songs that feel like the essence of a night out on a Friday with your friends, and you're drunk in the bathroom and you just peed and you see other people in the line and you realize that you're alive, but you can't relax and enjoy the moment because your friends are outside ordering an Uber that will be taking you guys to your second or third location of the night. I am, of course, talking about songs such as 365. This video, however, will be exploring one specific track in particular, not the album as a whole. I would like to focus on and look into one of the album's best songs when specifically we're looking at the remix album, or Brat, and it's completely different but still Brat with the different features that come with it. The song specifically is Everything is Romantic,
Fall in love again and again.
Featuring Caroline Polachek, who unfortunately I'm still not very familiar with. I would like to argue that this version of Everything is Romantic supersedes the original infinitely. But that is a topic for another video. If you disagree with me, that is okay. It's totally okay to be wrong, but that's just my opinion. That is just my objective opinion. I do believe that this song is top 5 on the remix album. Also, to me, the original song feels like summer. Like I said, this is open to interpretation. Other people can disagree. To me, the original song feels like summer, while the remix feels like autumn.
I started to wonder, and I wondered, which led me to wonder. I had to wonder.
Romance is a very delicate subject. It has existed for a very, very long time. It existed even before biblical times, but people never seem to agree on the correct, or rather the best way to define or even demonstrate it. Depending on who you are, you can either revel in romance or the idea of it and indulge in it as much as you can, or be revolted by it, by the idea of it, and perhaps seeing people express it in a public setting. It's okay to be asexual. We see you, and yes. Romance can be defined as a strong obsession or attachment between two or more people that love one another. Most of the time, it is identified and exhibited when these people are in a relationship with each other. The state of being romantic is defined by these qualities of romance, being loving, affectionate, and attracted to someone you have strong feelings for. But can everything truly be romantic, as the song title suggests?
I couldn't help but wonder. I couldn't help but wonder. I couldn't help but wonder. I couldn't help but wonder.
If we look at the word everything, surely negative aspects and negative concepts exist within that one specific concept. You have concepts like war, abuse, period pains, you have death, suffering, cannibalism, school, and many other negative concepts that exist. But think of something that you hate. Can you be romantic towards it? Can you romanticize it? So what did Charli XCX mean by the title Everything is Romantic? And is it true that everything can be romantic? But let's look at history for a minute, the history of the term Romanticism. The romantic that Charli sings about started with a particular movement. Romanticism is an artistic, literary, intellectual, political, and perhaps even musical movement that originated in Europe towards the end of the 18th century or the 1700s. This movement was characterized by its emphasis on emotion and individualism between people. The people were tired of living by the Catholic Church in those times, and they revolted, as one does. They wanted a change in their lives and what they valued, so they started glorifying the self in nature. They started looking outwards and inwards, specifically, not guided by the church and what it deemed as right and wrong. They wanted individualism, they wanted independence. Due to a rise in individualism and people being concerned with their own selves, romantic as a term then evolved and moved on to broadly mean showing appreciation or love for the single existence of something which is appealing to one person or an individual. The poets who lived during the Romanticism era did this by writing poetry concerned with daily living, nature, the economy, political systems, etc. Things that you wouldn't really think deeply about, things that are deeply ingrained in society and you just accept as normal. They started to focus on those things and be like, wait, there is something to take from this. There is something to comment on about these specific things. Therefore, these things inspired feelings of sentimentality about the ideas of life. A common example of what I think is romanticism is the term carpe diem, which I first heard in Phineas and Ferb, and I didn't even know what it meant at the time. But over time, I got to know that carpe diem means seize the day, which means make the most of it or enjoy it. The little that you have, the positivity that you experience throughout the day, make the most of it. Try to enjoy it, revel in it, because it's not every day you get the little things that you experience on certain days. Because after all, what is more romantic than spending each day as if it were your last, or spending it with the ones you love, or doing something that you love? Right now, I'm spending it talking into a camera. Much to think about. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of romanticism, you could easily mistake the song for a love song, which to some extent is, but not quite. This is also because Caroline starts the song with her voice, monotonously and somewhat robotically building towards saying the line, fall in love again and again. Which is repeated multiple times until she takes it apart again, ending the segment with the word fall. As I said in the beginning, I somewhat associate this song with the season of autumn, and her repeating the word fall could suggest that the events of the song are happening in autumn. Or the word fall could particularly indicate the falling in love that Caroline sings about. It happens repeatedly and will continue to happen again and again until she falls or presumably gets her heart broken. Now, jumping into the first verse, these could be seen as things that Caroline romanticizes. She gets rained on and walks to the studio soaking wet, as she says, and takes delight in seeing the ACAB tag on the bus stop sign, which is a form of expression and a desire for freedom. She sees herself in the window pane and, while walking, remembers how sleepy she feels because of the foxes that kept calling and making noises all night. The aspect of nature reminds us again of the poets that romanticized nature in their time despite its harshness. Suddenly, she's called by Charli from a hotel bed, telling us that she's tired and unable to get out of bed because of something personal that she's going through.
Charli calls from a hotel bed, hungover on Tokyo time.
Which is confirmed in the second verse when she sings. It is also important to note that as Caroline sings all of these things in the first verse, Charli is singing in the background the words, everything is. reminding us of the song title, reminding the listener as well that Caroline is not merely complaining or venting in the song, but taking note of the little things that are happening all around her as she romanticizes all of these things that she's singing about. Charli's verse then comes in, which takes place as a call, a direct continuation from the first verse that was sung by Caroline. We can hear that she needs Caroline's advice. She's overwhelmed by work, she is stressed, but she cannot seem to stop thinking about it and take time to herself. She's having trouble romanticizing her life and its events, as opposed to Caroline's verse, when she was romanticizing literally everything around her. Caroline then sympathizes with her. She replies that she understands and she knows what she means. Charli is living the dream, but she is not living her life, which is an important thing to think about in terms of being a celebrity who's constantly an actor or an actress for the public, for their fans, because they want to be perceived a certain way or people expect them to act a certain way. She constantly lives to attain a fleeting moment that she dreams of, which is temporary and unattainable in the long run. She should live her own life, be happy where she is, and make the best of it. But somehow she's unable to do all of the above. Charli feels overwhelmed with all of these, with the pressures of the industry, and she reveals a need to control what she cannot. She struggles juggling her relationships as well. She deeply wants to know what else she can do, and if she can regain the romanticism she once withheld but since lost. There is more weight when we remember that Caroline was succeeding, in a sense, succeeding and reveling in her romanticism when Charli just happened to call right at that specific time when Caroline was deeply in it. There is a kind of emotional sisterhood between this exchange, a woman being there for another woman and sympathizing with her, offering her advice when she needs it. Considering their different levels of fame, popularity, and success, one would expect that Caroline would be the one asking Charli for such advice, but it's the other way around, making it even more sincere and heartfelt. The third verse then sees Caroline dive back into the mundane, everyday aspects of life that she views with admiration. The verse is set up in England, specifically East London. She speaks of how she spends her late nights wearing black silk, free-flowing fabric, which is comfortable. Then she hears church bells in the distance, possibly signaling that it is midnight. She does not fear the night time. She enjoys it outside. Her comfort is further seen with the lines, free bleeding in the autumn rain. Falling in love again and again, the rain washes away her blood and she revels in her womanhood. I don't know how period cycles work, but in this song it is suggested that her period cycles are correlated with the autumnal seasonal cycles, further romanticizing her existence and positioning in space-time. The outro of the song sees Caroline singing about simpler things, scratching a lottery ticket in the canal in hopes of winning life-changing money, I assume, and the quality of enjoying wine you can find anywhere. A need for the cheap and easily accessible as opposed to her famous celebrity status. The line 6-pound wine shows that the romance that she wants to achieve or that she is seeking can be achieved by not even spending a lot of money. She spends time in the park until it gets dark and suddenly sees a girl throwing up from probably going too fast on an electric bicycle, but she does not mind the sight. She probably also is drunk because it's after midnight, but at the same time, the girl is living her life. She's exploring, she's having fun. She doesn't mind this because, again, we're romanticizing life, we're having fun. And before she leaves the scene, she puts her headphones on and takes it all in. How beautiful life can be when you romanticize it, when you realize that all things can change in the blink of an eye. It is a matter of perspective, all of it, life, experiences. The song then ends on a beautiful note with Charli calling, now from a photo set. She got out of bed and now she's somewhere else. She's starting to live the life that she was given. She's starting to let go of this obsession with control. She's now living her life as per Caroline's advice, having reestablished her once lost ability to romanticize. To me, this is such a beautiful song. Everything is Romantic is about appreciating the little things we have in life, and sometimes the unnoticeable things that we have and can get. It is about being a girl or a boy or non-binary in a big world and trying to make sense of it while trying to live your life to the fullest. It is about seeing the beauty in everything, even the minor and major inconveniences that this life has to offer. So instead of being mad that it rained while wearing makeup or one of your best or favorite outfits, it would be best to dance in the rain, to feel it on your youthful skin. Open your mouth to the sky and taste it. If you don't want to wear a pad, don't wear it. If you want to buy cheap wine, go for it. Stay out late, wear that clothing for special occasions on your way to class or on your way to the bus stop. Like, literally, no one cares. All that matters is you do things that make you happy, things every day that make you feel a little bit better, even when you probably don't even need it. Because we only get this life once. Let us romanticize it. We do not have to be poets to do so. Carpe each and every DM that you get on this floating space rock, because each and every day is a special occasion. It will pass, and you will never get it back. Thank you for watching. And if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you so much. Please don't forget to like the video, leave a comment if you'd like to, offer some suggestions, offer some constructive criticism, share it with your family and friends, share it with your classmates, share it with your roommates, your flatmates, your anyone you can think of. And I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, like and subscribe to the channel. Even if you didn't like it, just like the video, you know, you're not gonna die. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.